Hello, thanks for joining. I had found a really hard time finding slavery records for Wilkinson, Mississippi. Once I figured out how to do it, I figured I should show others how to do it in case it makes your job a little easier, saves you some time. It all starts here on Family Search, which requires an account, but it's free and it's very much worth it. So once you're signed up and logged in, you click on Search, Catalog. Here we click on the search bar here for place, and we type in the location we're searching. I'm searching in Wilkinson, Mississippi, so type that in. Now, this works for any county and state, but whether or not the records are available, all depends on what that county has done and how it's all. Just all depends, but it's worth a shot. Definitely, it does work for Wilkinson very well. So here, we click search, and now we have all the Wilkinsons catalog information. And before we go into that, a little bit more about navigating this site is if we want to look for some city records, we can click on Wilkinson. In Woodville here, we're in Woodville records. To get back out of it, we click on this county. Now we're back in the county. If we wanted to go to a different county, we click on Mississippi up here. Then places within Mississippi. And from here we can click on Adams. And so now we're in the parent county of Wilkinson. We're in Adams County, and we can look up Adams County records. We can go up and click switch states. You can also come here to the search bar and just search a different place. But I'm going to go back to Wilkinson. So I'm going to click on the state, places within the state, Wilkinson. Now I'm back in Wilkinson. Alright. Now here are the records we have. Found some records under probate records. You get the inventory and accounts. These were really nice to go through. I was able to find some records I couldn't find just by searching the person. The will records, most of these records, they were already available via just searching for the person. They already had popped up. They're indexed in that way and searchable index. Now these deeds, these are the big ones. These ones are not searchable. You have to look for them, look them up. But they're viewable, and there are indexes like book, paper, hard copy indexes. So it's really nice and not terribly hard to find what you're looking for. But here I found labor contracts. I found maybe 3 labor contracts in the Freedmen's Bureau that had anything to do with Wilkinson, Mississippi. It seems like most of the people in Wilkinson, Mississippi just filed them instead just with the county clerk. So here there's just a plethora of labor contracts. There's also a whole bunch of bills of sales, and all sorts of good stuff here. So we will click here on the land records, and we're going to go into here, and I'll show you my process. So, here's all the books they have. You see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 index books. 6, collections. This has 5 volumes alone, ranging from 1803 to 1889. And all these index books, they all are indexes for all these record books. There's a whole lot of record books here available to look through. Just a whole bunch. So we're going to start here in 1803. And click on the camera to open up those records, the corresponding record, in order to view them. So it's always a good idea to make sure to view these black and white pages. Make sure you're in the right thing. Here we're in volume 1 and 2. Past the retakes, and we're looking for. They're all going to be in alphabetical order, typically starting with A's. Sometimes they're out of place. Now see, here are all the A names. These other letters denote which record book you can find them in. And then they give the page number. So book D, page 12 will be this record. Now, I'm going to look for the C's. Just because those surnames are of interest to me. A lot of B's, it looks like. And C's. Okay. So here we have the C's. And now see how there's two columns you have to read through. There's this one, and then there's this one. You gotta look through for your surname you're looking for. Now, I'll have a notebook when I start, and I will go through all of these indexes, and I will list down every entry I find of the surname I'm looking for. And then I'll go back to the record books and find the corresponding documents. So here, if I'm looking for Cooper, I write down James Cooper, or Josh. I'll write down Cooper to B. Mungard, page 30, book A. Then I'll keep looking through all of the C's, it's tedious, but you gotta keep, look through every last one. And I will write down every entry I find. Cooper D to M. Johnson, page 282, book D. And write that down. We got Cooper David to G.B. Newell, page 425, book D. And then here's book E starts. So that's just the one index. Remember, this one group had volumes 1 through 5. If we zoom way out, we'll look for the next index to begin. Each book starts and ends with these black and white pages. So here's the end of that book, volume 1, 2. Here's the beginning of the next volume, volume 3. And we skip forward a few pages. Keep skipping forward a little. Alright, now we're looking for the C's. Here's the C's. Looks like it's book S. And then I see a Cooper here, page 15. Cooper FM to Barber Trustee, page 15, book S. We got book U here. Book T. So you gotta make sure you're paying attention to what book they're under. Sometimes those books can be hard to see. Again, so you look through every one, and here's another index I'd have to look through the C's for. So once I've gone through all of these indexes and found every mention of the surname I'm looking for, I'll go back and I'll find the corresponding actual document. So I'm going to find book D, the Cooper entries I had written for book D. You see there's book D and E here, so in this set. So you want to make sure that you're in the right book. I'm wanting book D. So I'm going to look at this page, make sure it's not good. It is D, it's not book E. Sometimes they're not alphabetical order like they should be. Sometimes they say they're book D, but then if you look at that page, you're really looking at book 1 and it, or whatever, so it's good to make sure you're in the right book. Again, these books have little mini indexes. They only show like the grantors, really, I think. Sometimes. So you can go through these and make sure you're not missing any Make sure they're the same as which. See, I had Cooper and Newell as 425, but this is saying it's 430. So look, we're going to look at page 430 as well, in case we don't find it on 425. Sometimes they're wrong, you know. Sometimes these indexes are wrong, and sometimes the other indexes are wrong, and anyways, so we go through those beginning indexes, and then we end up here in the actual documents. Now we're going to look for page 282 is one of the ones, or page 3, so I'm going to look for page 282. What do we have here? Page 223. You can just type in this number box to make it go a little bit faster. 282. Here we are. Cooper. Estate, real and personal. Some kind of estate deed for Cooper. Real and personal. Well, not a bill of sale for slaves, it doesn't look like, but that was nice. We found that information. We can attach it to my family tree real quick, you know. And this attaches it on Ancestry. I like to copy the link and go ahead and attach it to Ancestry. Sorry, this attaches it to Family Search, not Ancestry. In order to attach it to Ancestry, you have to like copy the link and then open up Ancestry and attach it to the file that way. It's definitely good to go ahead and attach it to Family Search. That way, you know, that information is there. And now I'm going to go check out the next one, which we said 425 was, what was the next one? We have 425, Cooper and his wife. Looks like it's property along with slaves. This indenture made this day between Newell on the one part and Cooper on the second part. To sell and conveying tract or parcel of land and then the following slaves: Frank, Allie, Ben, Esther, wow, Lucy, Celia, Julia. Oh my gosh, there's a lot here, isn't there? Holy cow. So many. So there's a Cooper bill of sale right there, and there's a bunch of slave names. So it's that easy. Here's another. I said 430 was another one too at the beginning of the book here. Let's see what that one is. David Cooper and Newell again. Land also a whole bunch of slave names again. This might be the same, but I don't know. It looks different. It might be the same copy for some reason. Anyways, so that's how you do it. And you just keep doing that. So after you do these ones, after you do 1803 to 1889, then you can go 1890, you know, and then more recent ones too. And so hopefully that helps people maybe find some stuff. It is tedious, slow going, a lot of strain in your eyes reading all that cursive indexes, but it's can be very rewarding, the information you can find. Alright, thanks for watching.